Let there be the light.
Reflecting on what MelquisedecLisbet has said to us, that God's creation begins with the words spoken by his mouth. When we read what it says in Genesis 1:3, "Let there be the light," we can understand that this phrase is not of a mystical act, as the churches interpret it to be. The phrase, "Let there be the light," means that when God the Father manifested MelquisedecLisbet to share with us his wisdom of heaven, which no one had heard in this era, is when that light presented by God to the world began to shine, because before her there was only darkness in the world, the minds of men. God's light began to shine first in her mind, and when God the Father said, "Let there be the light," immediately the light was. In other words, in an instant, in the blink of an eye. This means that when Lisbet went to sleep on the night of November 17th, 2013, the way that she thought about God was an erroneous one, because of all the lies that had been instilled in her by the previous Antichrist, who was one of the manifestations of the ancient serpent that deceived the woman. And past midnight, at the dawn of the next day, she was awakened by God the Father, and he revealed to her his name and the truth of who he is. That day, she discovered things about God and Christ that no man could ever dream of or invent, especially because of all the proven facts that have accompanied her since that day, which are many and impressive. Great things are coming, and it is best for you to have God the Father and Christ on your side, and not on the side of the enemy, because we are in the end of times, when the accuser of our brothers, the foreigners, is cast out, the one who accuses them in front of our God day and night. His wickedness will no longer prevail, just as it did not prevail in us, God's holy angels, because we have been made children of the light and of the day, MelquisedecLisbet. But woe to the inhabitants of the earth and the sea, those who do not have God the Father and Christ in their favor, because the devil has descended to you with great wrath, knowing that he has little time left. Amen. To be continued.